Hi everyone, this is Jun Oppa. Today we are going to learn how to say want to and its negative form don't want to in Korean. First, there's a special system. It has two different forms depending on the subject, whether it's first, second person, or third person. So the first person is I or we. The second person is you. And the third person is someone else as we know. For the first and second person, you add 고 싶다 after the verb. For the third person, you add 고 싶어하다 after the verb. It might sound overwhelming, but it's actually not that difficult once you get used to it. Let's look at some examples. 저는 집에 빨리 가고 싶어요. I want to go home quickly. 저 means I, and I is the first person. So we use 고 싶다 after the verb. 너는 학생과 함께 공부하고 싶어? Do you want to study with the student? 너 means you, and you is the second person. So we use 고 싶다 after the verb. 철수는 지하철을 빨리 타고 싶어 해요. 철수 wants to take the subway quickly. 철수 is neither me nor you. It's a third person subject, so we use 고 싶어 하다 after the verb. 민수는 고기를 먹고 싶어 해요. 민수 wants to eat meat. 민수 is also a third person subject, so we use 고 싶어 하다 after the verb. So far, we've learned how to say want to. Now, let's also learn how to say don't want to in Korean. Basically, it follows the same system as want to. The important part is whether the subject is first, second person, or third person. If it's first or second person, you add 고 싶지 않다 after the verb. If it's third person, you add 고 쉽지 않아 하다 after the verb. As you can see, they are quite similar. 고 싶다, 고 싶지 않다, and 고 싶어 하다, 고 싶지 않아 하다. They are just slightly different forms. 저는 공부하고 싶지 않아요. I don't want to study. 저 means I, and I is the first person. So we use 고 싶지 않다 after the verb. 저는 더 먹고 싶지 않아요. I don't want to eat more. 저 is the first person, so we use 고 싶지 않다 after the verb. 강아지는 나가고 싶지 않아 해요. The puppy doesn't want to go outside. 강아지 means puppy, and the puppy is third person. So we use 고 싶지 않아 하다 after the verb. 할아버지는 읽고 싶지 않아 해요. Grandpa doesn't want to read. 할아버지 means grandpa, a third person subject. So we use 고 싶지 않아 하다 after the verb. Also, there's another way to say don't want to in Korean. It's really easy. You just put the particle 안 before the verb instead of using 지 않다. So you can say 안 verb 고 싶다 and 안 verb 고 싶어 하다. They mean the same thing. There's no difference in meaning. Both are totally fine and natural. However, putting 안 before the verb sounds a bit more colloquial, while using 지 않다 sounds a bit more formal. For example, in job interviews or when speaking to someone above you who you're not very close with. Let's see some examples. 저는 공부 안 하고 싶어요. I don't want to study. 저 is first person, so we place 안 before the verb and add 고 싶다. 강아지는 안 나가고 싶어 해요. The puppy doesn't want to go outside. 강아지 is third person, so we put an before the verb and add 고 싶어하다. Today we learned how to say want to and its negative form don't want to in Korean. That's it for today's lesson. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Now let's move on to some practice questions. 우리는 한국 문화를 배우고 싶어요. 저는 다시 시작하고 싶어요. 그는 항상 잘 하고 싶어 해요. 민지는 비싼 가방을 사고 싶어 해요. 당신은 더 공부하고 싶어요? 우리는 시골에서 살고 싶지 않아요. 그는 다른 일을 하고 싶지 않아 해요. 깊이 생각하고 싶지 않아요. 창수는 나랑 함께 데이트하고 싶지 않아 해요. 저는 지금 자고 싶지 않아요.